So all new for 2018, we have the Toyota Camry. Now, in years past, it was safe, it was reliable, it had great depreciation. It was one of those cars that when your car was breaking down and you had problems with it, you just said, "That's it, I've had it. I'm just going to go buy a Camry." Not anymore. Now, there's a fun factor involved. You've got these great bulging lines, this aggressive looking front end to it. It's really not a car that even myself would never have looked at. So now you've got all of this fun rolled up into one package. That you've got a 2.5 liter with an 8-speed automatic that has a little over 200 horsepower, or you have an optional V6 with 301 horsepower with an 8-speed automatic. So you're going to get your gas mileage, you're going to get your power. I mean, there's even a sport mode in the hybrid model. So stick with me while we check out the all-new, fun Toyota Camry. So available across the lineup, including the hybrids, is this 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with front-wheel drive making 203 horsepower at 6,600 RPM and 184 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPM, giving you about 28 city and 39 highway. Now, if you opt for the XLE V6 or the XSE V6, you get this lively 301 horsepower V6 with 267 foot-pounds of torque and an 8-speed automatic, which will give you 22 city and 33 highway. Now, with a curb weight a little over 3,200 pounds, it gives you a 0 to 60 time of roughly 5.8 seconds. So the lineup starts with an L or LE you see here, which has this subtle front end for those of us that are a little more reserved. But more importantly, there is tons of standard safety, with blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alerters being an option. So throw in a standard 17-inch wheel, a very well appointed interior, and what you have is a really nice daily commuter car for about $26,000. So the XLE V6 sticks with this subtle front end, but you're gaining LED headlights and LED taillights, as well as a 18-inch alloy wheel and dual exhaust to go with your V6. So as you make your way to the interior, you're greeted with nice soft touch materials on the door as well as on the dash. You have this nice infotainment center that's turned towards the driver, which is nice. You have these real nice soft touch two-tone leather seats with its perforation. It has an 8-way adjustable with lumbar support. You have this nice gauge cluster with its 7-inch multimedia informational display, as well as the nice piano black finish there with your leather trim and this real nice wood grain. You have a power outlet with your USB and aux port. You'll have 2 cup holders next to your 8-speed automatic with its eco, normal, and sport mode. And you have this nice 3-stage heated seat. You have storage in front of the shifter. Now you have an 8-inch multimedia touchscreen. And I found it easy to use, easy to navigate. However, it does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now, as you make your way to the back seat, the materials carry over to the back. The front seat was adjusted for a 6-foot adult, and I had about 6 inches of knee room with vents for your rear passengers. You have pockets on the back of the seats. You had 2 cup holders in the armrest, as well as LED illumination. You had a trunk release right on the dash, and I thought there was plenty of room in the trunk or boot. You have your release for your 60/40 split rear bench, and then you have your tools, your jack, and of course your spare tire. Now, all the adjustments were the same for the passenger seat with lumbar support. And There was sufficient room in the glove box, but it was a little tight. And of course you had vanity mirrors with light for the driver as well as the passenger. And you had this real nice blue illumination, all for a price of about $38,000. So the SE starts out at about $25,000, whereas the XSE starts at about $29,000. And if you go for the XSE V6, it has a base price of about $35,000. Now there are a few notable differences between the SE and the XSE. Starting with this more aggressive front bumper cover for the SE, which gets this flat black insert. Now if you go for the XSE, you get this polished black insert with the LED headlights. Now both cars share pretty much the same body with the same front and rear bumper covers. And the SE gets an 18-inch black and silver alloy wheel, and the 19-inch black and silver alloy wheel comes on the XSE. Now both cars have a standard 2.5 liter engine, but the SE, that's the only engine available. And of course you get this quad tip dual exhaust with the LED taillights on the XSE versus just a single dual tip exhaust on the SE model. So as you make your way to the interior on the SE and XSE, most of the interior treatments are pretty much the same. However, you do get this real nice white contrast stitching in the dash, as well as this nice textured metal trim as a contrast to the wood grain in the other models. You have this nice 7-inch multi-informational display in the XSE, whereas the SE sticks with just a 4.2-inch multi-informational display. Now both the XLE V6 and the XSE V6 come standard with a 10-inch heads-up display, a panoramic glass moonroof, and all the safety you can imagine, with 10 airbags. And really, I didn't think I'd be a big fan of the red, but it kind of puts a sporty twist on some things. Especially, it goes well with the textured metal trim and all the nice black finishes. Now the last option that's available is the XSE V6 has this midnight black roof and spoiler that come on select colors, all for a price of $35,000 to $38,000. So the new Camry steps into the realm of sports sedan, offering us one car to appeal to two different types of buyers, while offering us a double wishbone suspension with 3 different driving modes, so that the car is still forgiving yet still exciting around every bend. But there is drawbacks with respect to the sport mode. In fact, there's no control of exhaust node or suspension settings for those of us who seem to like a little exhaust noise, or those of us who embrace true driving. Still, I have trouble imagining myself talking to everybody around a water cooler, letting them know I bought a really cool Camry. But on the other hand, there's something pretty cool about this new Camry. Thanks for watching.